Chopper, happy to have you back on the platform, my man.
Happy to be back here, King. You heard me? I feel good too. I feel great, man. Yeah.
Hey, man, I feel good too. I mean, the last interview we did, man, the people loved it, man. I had to give the people what they want, man. Had to bring you back.
Hey, look here. At the end of the day, I'm just blessed to be here, and I appreciate the people appreciate me, bruh. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's love. Love is love, literally. So, thank you for having me back, through.
Oh, man, all love, man. But I got to ask you, how was the feedback on your end from the first interview? I know on my end, everything was good, but I heard on your end, some people from Bad Boy try to get in contact with you.
A lot of people over there. They hit me, and they basically wanted me to see if I can take the video down, and wanted to see how much it was gonna cost. You heard me, to take the video down. You heard me. So, life be lifing. You dig? But at the end of the day, I ain't talked to them people in over a decade. So no offense and nothing but love for them people. But they requesting words ain't as strong as it can ever be with me no more. Believe that. I do what I want to do. Believe that. You dig?
Wow, so they was trying to get you to remove the interview?
Yeah. They wanted to see, you heard me, they wanted to see how much it was going to cost to remove the videos. Basically compensate me for taking the videos down. And they wanted to see how much it was going to cost to do that.
What was the issue with the interview?
Uh, they, I don't know the issue, but I think the problematic situation of how they seen it was, you know, courtesy of homie on trial, well, about to go on trial, and, the situations and the way I articulate my words and the type of character that I am as a man, it just kind of seemed like it was a little too much. You dig? And I kind of felt, that they felt that the way that my interviews was going, that people understood that I was being honest, truthful, and I was being myself. I was speaking my truth. And I guess that part right there was a little too much for them. You hear me? Your truth sometimes can be a lot for other people, and my truth was a little too much for them. They wanted to take it down. It didn't look good on them, I guess. And I wasn't even, you heard me? I wasn't even bashing them. Was I bashing them? I wasn't even bashing the guy.
Nah.
You dig? So I don't know. I was being honest. I was speaking my truth of how I felt about my side of the story of my life in that moment. That's it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Me personally, I ain't see an issue with the interview. I mean, you was keeping it real, man. You was telling your story.
Correct. Correct. And that's why I'm in my mind like, wow, if you're willing to pay me to get it taken down, damn, I gotta been keeping it funky. You heard me? I had to been keeping it 100. So I was just in my mind like, wow, that's just the power of the truth. You heard me? That's crazy. But I didn't bash him though, because that ain't my character to bash nobody. It's just not, bruh. It is what it is though. I ain't did it go down? Is it taken down?
Nah.
Well then, you know, the results is the results, bruh. It is what it is. Funny though. Funny. Real funny. Funny how people come holler at you after all those years when they want something done. But when I needed something done in my times, there was no holler. So let's keep it that way. Yeah, let's keep it that way. Yeah.
And these are people that's close to Diddy.
Close to Diddy, and some of the people I also that worked my records when I was with Bad Boy South. So both, I would say both. Yeah, both. Definitely both. How could you do this to him? Was what it was told to me. How can you do this to him in the time that he's in right now? And I'm in my mind like, I'm not doing him nothing. You dig? I'm speaking my truth, my side. I'm not here, you heard me, to bash this man. I'm here to speak my side of my experience through the situation. And that's all I could do. And that's the right thing to do, because everybody been waiting for me, to speak my side of my experience with it. And I had ERAs and ERRORs with them. So I try my best to intertwine both of them together. And being a solid person, sometimes, that's a little dangerous for some people. And they was talking a lot of money to get it taken down. They was trying to give me a lot of money. You dig? That's crazy though. So I must be saying something right, huh?
And you haven't spoke to these people in years.
At least 13, at least 12 to 13 years. I don't even much know how they reached out to me. They reached out to me so fast, bro. I had to change my number. You hear me? I had to change my number. I said, oh Lord, this is getting crazy. This is getting crazy. So obviously, the interview was a success. And shout out to the people for reciprocating the love to me. You dig? I appreciate that. Of me being 100. It comes with the territory, don't it? It comes with what it comes with, and I'm about what it comes with. I'm built for this, yo. You hear me? Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if this is true or not. You could tell me. But the manager y'all had, Phil Robinson, he was taking advantage of y'all, right? That's what I heard behind the scenes. I don't know if it's true or not. You could tell me.
Oh yeah, he was destroying us, bro. Phil Robinson, to this day, he's probably the only human being in this world that I don't respect. I'll never have respect for. You dig? If I see him, and I'm not even about that. I'm not even about that old rah rah violence no more like I used to be. But if I was to see him, I probably would bat him in the. I would definitely probably smack him upside his bald ass head. And at the end of the day, for real, because at the end of the day, it was a conflict of interest of him either being our manager, you heard me, because he was Puffy, he was Diddy manager. That was a big conflict of interest. Facts. And then he get on it, and then he tell us where we can perform at, where we can't perform at. If he ain't had nothing to do with it, he'll fill away. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he wanted to be Diddy. I don't know. But at the end of the day, he took a lot of money from us. And I don't respect Phil Robinson. Phil Robinson. Period. Suck my dick. And I don't even like talking like that. But that's just one person I don't rock with. So pardon my French and pardon my language, bro. But at the end of the day, that's just one person that's an evil man when it comes to taking advantage of young, talented people and playing different sides and making it, seem like one thing and another thing. I just can't stand dude. I don't respect him. I don't respect his business savvy. Phil Robinson. Period. Fuck him. All our shows and everything, he was making it seem like we was doing promotional runs the whole time. They was paying us. So if we doing promotional runs, you heard me? If we doing promotional runs, why are you giving us money for it? That's because they are paying us. You dig? And I looked at the sheets on that with my lawyer, Jeff Gandel. I looked at the sheets on that. We was getting all that money per show, and you was giving us 5,000 each. And when Dalong didn't show up, we'd get an extra three. So that's what, 8,000 each. And y'all smoking for 150, 200, 225, a show when the band was just the hottest smoking. A show. Y'all was giving us practically $8,000 a gig. Come on now, bro. You can't respect no man that rock like that. So obviously Diddy and Phil was coincided with each other because um, Phil Robinson was Diddy manager too. So obviously it's a conflict of interest. So Diddy was in cahoots with Phil Robinson. They was smoking us, period. Smoking us. No love for Phil Robinson though. Fuck him. Believe that. Down bad, bro. He was down bad, but you live and you learn. And like I told you on my last interview, that's why they try to sign the young dudes that don't know no better, because they try to squeeze the blood out of a beak as much as they could for those that don't know, that's ignorant to the music business. You know, that's crazy though. But yeah, I ain't got no love for anybody that would do that to somebody. There is no love for that. That's lame.
Yeah, that's real corny. But speaking of the band, your bandmate Sarah, she did an interview for a documentary saying that Diddy violated her. You seen it?
I'm gonna be honest. You heard me? I can't be a person that I can't do that. I just can't be fake, bro. So I'm gonna keep it G. It's all respect and love for Sarah. But at the end of the day, I would say I don't think that's true. And the reason why I would say that there is because at the end of the day, Diddy used to come down. We had the making the band Penthouse. This one we already made the band. You did. Diddy used to come downstairs like 3, 4 in the morning, bro, and tell Sarah, like, come on. And she'll get up and she'll go with him. And then she'll come back down about 4 hours later, hair messy, makeup all smeared up, drunk, and look like she got period. And she did that at least 3 to 4 times, multiple times. So I don't think that that's true that that man violated her. I think that she was ecstatic, she was bucked up, and she couldn't wait to fuck him. And that's just my opinion. And everybody used to talk about Sarah fucking Diddy anyway around the bad boy office. So I don't think that's true. And it's no disrespect to Sarah, but 100 is 100. You got to keep it real, yeah. And I just don't feel like Sarah was telling the truth because I seen it with my own eyes. Did it fucking on that girl buku times, and she was not feeling violated or nothing. She was happy, facts, and she thought that you heard me, courtesy of her fucking on him, that she was going to get privileges, and did it drew it to the side like she was nothing. And no offense to Sarah, but just that's just my opinion and that's my truth. And I'm keeping it real. I don't think Diddy violated her. Facts. Because Sarah used to get drunk and Sarah used to get drunk on her own. Like on making a band, that was and Sarah and shout out to Sarah though, but that's the first time I had alcohol in my life with Sarah. And I had a Long Island iced tea. That was my first drink in my life. I hated weed smoke, I hated alcohol, I hated all that shit growing up. And I grew up in the ghetto and I hated all that shit. But when I got around Sarah, I started drinking and to this day I still drink. Bad habit, but I kind of like it. But yeah, bro. Sarah used to get drunk and she tend to do things she shouldn't be doing as a married woman. And I'm just gonna say at the end of the day, that's what I seen, that's what I know, and it is what it is. Sarah used to get drunk, get freaky, and do things she shouldn't have been doing. So did it violating her? That's cap. She was excited to do it. Facts.
And I don't know if this is true or not, but somebody told me behind the scenes that she was messing around with Genuine. You know anything about that?
All right, so I'm gonna say this here. And like you see how you asked me about Diddy and Sarah, I 100% confirmed that because I used to see her come down looking like she got and then word around Bad Boy was she was getting by him. With the Genuine situation, um, we was in Mobile, Alabama, you dig? And Genuine stayed a couple doors down from me. And Genuine knocked on my door. And when he knocked on my door, he was like, "What's down, Chop?" I'm like, "What's down, bruh?" He was like, "Say, what's Sarah at?" Like, I don't understand how that went that way. Why would he say that there? But he knocked on my door and said, "Where's Sarah at?" I'm like, in my mind, because back in the G, Sarah was married. And in my mind, I thought Sarah was like the goodest, goody two-shoe, look, pretty woman ever, innocent. And when he said that to me, I'm like, "Nick, what?" And he was like, "Nick, I got two girls in here." He said, "I got two girls in here. Tell me what room Sarah in. You heard me? And you can come in here and these bitches." And I'm young and dumb. So I kind of took him up on that offer and I went into the room. Crazy, crazy, but I went into the room and knocked both of the bitches down. Pause, but that low key was like in that motherfucker watching and playing 50 Cent on a laptop. Shit was wild. But I'm young and dumb and I'm fucking, back in the G, fucking bitches with your partners and all that shit. That used to be cool back in the G. You did. So I didn't look at it like a bad thing. I looked at it like I'm living rapper heaven. I'm fucking too hard. You heard me? And after that shit was over with, you dig, I told him what room Sarah was in. And I'm just gonna say at the end of the day, he left out of his room and he came back in his room hours later. So I don't know what happened. He could have been walking in the park. But I doubt it. That's just my opinion about it. Facts. And it's nothing against Sarah though. I don't ever want to make it seem like you dig, but at the end of the day, facts are the facts. Facts are the facts. It is what it is. Facts are the facts. I think Sarah was dotting. I think Sarah was fucking who she wanted to. Well, and that's just my opinion. So that did it violate in a situation? Say, bro, I don't think that's true because when she got drunk, she got a little wicked. So that's all I'm gonna say about that with Sarah. She's a little freaky girl, ain't she?
Yeah, yeah, she definitely a freaky individual. And I don't know if this is true. This is something I heard behind the scenes. So, but I heard Sarah, she was messing around with Freddie P.
Yeah, she did. Fred definitely knocked it down for sure. But that's how it all started though. You heard me? That's how it all started, bro. It started with Fred knocking it down. That's when I looked at Sarah like a totally different type of woman. Cause in my mind growing up, you heard me? I thought like the married people were like 100 forever together, you dig? And Sarah low key, high key, triple key changed my perception of how I see women, you dig? And I hate to say that, yeah, but changed my whole perception, because I remember Fred, you did. And Fred, don't judge me, baby. You know I love you, but you know, Chop gonna keep it real. You know, and that was a wild life we had at that moment. So keeping it real and, you know, telling the history of our life, our journey is dope to me. So I'm going to say it. Fred was like, Chop. He's like, sit it. I fucked Sarah. I said, no, you didn't, bitch. He said, yes, I did. Nigga. I said, no, you didn't. He was like, I did. I fucked Sarah. I said, how much you want to bet you ain't fucked Sarah? He said, I'll bet my show money. And that's how me and Fred used to get down. Our bets used to be the show money with each other. So he was like, let's bet the show money. So I was like, all right, cool. So the next city we went to, you heard me, the deal was this here. Fred was going to lead a latch. He lead a latch so it could be compatible with the door so I can be able to walk in, you know. And if I walk in and see it, I lost the bet. And basically that's exactly what happened. We went to another city. We was actually in New York City. And we was standing in a hotel. And Fred texted me, and back in the G, it used to be sidekicks. Remember sidekicks?
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
Yeah. Fred hit me on yeah, that was the you hear me? But Fred hit me on the sidekick and was like, Nick, I'm in the room. Come on. I left the latch open for you. So I'm excited. I ain't gonna count with you, brother. I'm excited. You did because I always wanted to see Sarah naked. I'm sorry, I did. So I'm coming over there. I'm creeping, you dig? I'm creeping and excited. I can't wait. I open the door. I come creeping through the door. I turn right. You dig? I pass the bathroom. You heard me? I go right. Sarah tearing this nigga up, son. I'm talking about fucking the shit out of Fred. And Fred, she riding Fred, and Fred looking at me, and he's sucking his dumb as shit. I was joked out, son. You heard me? And then Sarah, I made a mistake and walked backwards, you dig? And when I walked backwards, it was probably some M&Ms, you heard me? Or some Skittles, you dig? And I made a mistake and stepped on it, and Sarah looked back and jumped off Fred. It was like, oh my God, you know, and crying by the wall and I'm like, Sarah, say, bro, it's all gravy. I don't care. I was like, I already know. She said, you already knew? I said, yes. Fred said he already done it before. Fred, you running your mouth and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, Fred used to knock Sarah ass down for sure. Yeah, Fred used to the shot of Sarah. No doubt about it. Tell her ass up. Fred loves Sarah, dog. He used to love Sarah. Facts.
Why they didn't make it official?
Because Sarah was married. How you gonna make something official and you got a family to go home to? You dig? And her husband would have gone and tried to kill her. He would have found that out. But we kept that a secret a long time around there. We did as long as we could. You heard me? But everybody know Fred was knocking it down. Believe that. Facts. But Fred, what really happened though? Fred started feeling the way. You know, when Diddy started knocking it down, Fred wasn't feeling that shit. He gonna say he don't remember when Diddy knocking it down and started feeling away, but he was knocking it down, and Fred started feeling away. So that was enough. That was the end of the Fred and Sarah era, you know, when Diddy started just fucking her. Facts.
So when Sarah and Freddie P was messing around, I remember on Making a Band, her husband, he used to come on the show. Was they messing around at that time too?
No, no, absolutely not. Um, I think, in my opinion, I think her husband knew what was down with Sarah as a person. So I think that he was trying to protect her. You dig? Protect her from embarrassing herself. And that's just my opinion. You dig? He was trying to protect her from embarrassing herself, which eventually ended up happening anyway. Because the more that he wasn't around is the more she started doing her. Because I'm starting to feel like, nah, she was probably trying to run from him. You dig? So when he wasn't able to be in control on making the band like how he's normally in control, obviously in her life, you know, she was running like a free slave. And she was cutting the fuck up because obviously she must hated her life back then. But in my opinion, I think just my opinion, and I don't do no capping, you dig? I think that her husband at that time, he done everything right for her, you know, laced her up. He took care of her. You know, Sarah didn't come into the band struggling, you know. She came into the band with money. Sarah already had buku money. And, you know, they whole little wiggle, they had money. So Sarah ain't have a worry in the world And I think that he was just trying to protect her from embarrassing herself, which she ended up doing anyway. So yeah, that's what happened. The more they got Sarah's husband away from him was the most Sarah was able to kind of thought out a little bit. You hear me? Facts though. That's just my opinion. Say, bro, after I seen Sarah do all that there, I couldn't look at women the same way. And that sucks. But it just made me look like, damn, even the married women be out here cutting up. And that maybe it did traumatize me. And mind you, I was a young dude. I wasn't over 21. I wasn't none of that. I was young. So you dig? I seen a lot of shit growing up, but I never seen a married woman cut up like that. I never seen it. You dig? And that made me say, damn, even a married woman, I think married women sometimes be the worst ones. Yikes. Mm-mm. Yikes. Me up.
Yeah, it caught me by surprise too. Farnsworth Bentley. How was your relationship with him?
I would say in the beginning, I thought Mr. Bentley was the coolest person in the world. I'm talking about the coolest person in the world. And then eventually, you know, Bentley started stealing. You dig? And one time, um, we got our advance check. You dig? And I went and got this chain. I got 3 chains actually. I had 3 chains. I had a diamond chain, big boy diamond chain from Jacob. I had a Jesus chain, and I had a Jacob chain. You heard me? And I gave Fred my Jacob chain, and I kept the 2 chains. And Mr. Bentley convinced me somehow, some way. I don't know how I let him convince me, but I asked him, can he hold my chain? I had a show. We had a show. And I asked Mr. Bentley, can he hold my chain? And he was like, yeah, I got you. And then he never quite gave me back my chain. And then every time I asked him, he always came up with buku excuses of why I can't get my chain. And ever since then, I knew right then and there, you heard me, what kind of dude Mr. Bentley was. A fucking thief. Mr. Bentley is a fucking thief, period. Period. And that was his reputation too around there, you dig? Everybody knew Mr. Bentley was a thief. He used to steal shit. But now I'm thinking about it. Maybe he was stealing shit, because Diddy probably wasn't compensating him, embarrassing the man on national TV, not really paying him what he, you dig, needed to pay him. And Mr. Bentley was like, fuck all that. I'm finna take this shit. So I try to look at things of the double-edged sword. So in my eyes, do he be stealing at that moment? Yes. But I try to come with the reasoning of why he did it. And that's why 100%, I try my best, bro, to not crucify him for what he done to me when I really look at the overall board of the situation. But at that time, yeah, he stole my shit. He was known for stealing. So it is what it is. Shout out to Bentley, though. Fuck it. You did. Shout out to him. My diamond chain. My diamond chain. I got that from Jacob. I spent that with my hard-earned little advance money. My dumb ass. But yeah, he stole my chain. Never gave it back to me. To this day, motherfucker. But I still love Mr. Bentley because at the end of the day, um, I believe Mr. Bentley's intentions was good when it came to the band situation. I think that he was in it just like we was in it, bro. Mr. Bentley was living with us in the houses, you dig? So, but sometimes when you gotta survive and it all look good, yeah. But when you gotta survive, sometimes you tend to do things you shouldn't be doing, and I think that's what that was. My opinion. Stealing, yes. Sometimes the things you shouldn't be doing is stealing, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. There, sticky fingers.
From your point of view, how's Diddy and Farnsworth relationship behind the scenes? Because there's only so much we can see on TV.
uh, like every day he had to walk for cheesecake. If that make any methodical sense. Mr. Bentley, he was treating him like a do boy. Every day was do boy. You did. Every day he was treating him like a do boy. Period. Like he was just just a do boy. Period. I don't think Diddy had no respect for Mr. Bentley. None. None. My opinion. And I don't really speak too fun on Mr. Bentley because at the end of the day, you know, he was he was treated like a do boy. Period. So what happens when you're treated like a do boy and you're not really compensated for nothing that you're actually doing? You're gonna tend to do things you ain't supposed to do, like steal. See, so I'm saying, you see how that works. You see how that goes around. So I'm saying, so that's how I looked at it. Like maybe he wasn't eating. So I mean, he thought in his mind, oh, did it wouldn't care about this shit. That's how I think he was thinking. But with my chain, I want my chain back, Mr. Bentley, bruh. You did. Keep my fucking chain back. Yeah, he was treating him like a dude boy.
The chain he stole, how much was it?
$72,000 from Jacob. Yeah, $72,000.
Damn. But speaking of that, I heard a groupie stole from you. You and Freddie P.
All right, well, you heard me. We was in Cincinnati somewhere, and I was always like get the girls type dude after the shows. So I ended up getting the girls. I got like two girls. You heard me? We took them to the room. You heard me, me and Fred. And sometimes they'll put me and Fred in the same room, like the double bed type vibe, you dig? And this how me and Fred did it. We had girls in the room. Sometimes we'd kick them out after we knock them down. Sometimes we'd chill with them. Sometimes we'd go to sleep. Well, this particular moment, me and Fred wanted to take turns with how we rested, and played possum. Well, Fred had to go to sleep. We already knocked him down. Fred go to sleep. I'm up. I'm just cooling, talking to the little shorty I'm with, you dig? So I text Fred like, Fred, it's your turn. It's your turn. I gotta get some rest because we had to go a radio interview in the morning. You dig? So I'm like, Fred, I get some rest, bro. So you want to kick these hoes out? He like, nah, I'm cool. In the text, I know how he talk though. So he like, nah, let's kick it with him. You dig? So I'm like, all right, cool. I said, it's my turn to get some rest. He's like, all right, I got you. So I low key got me a little rest. I rested for like 2.5 hours. I let Fred rest for like 4. My dumb, I rested for like maybe 2.5, 3 hours. And then I woke up. I had to pee pee. I woke up. The girls was gone. Fred was asleep. And I looked in the drawer and all our jewelry was gone. That same Jacob chain I was talking about, that same other chain I had, they stole all that shit. And our Jacob watches and all that. I was sick. I ain't gonna lie, I was sick. I hated Fred for I'd say about 2 weeks. I hated Fred. He was like, I'm sorry, little bro. But we got back right though. It was all great. I love Fred. But yeah, that's what happened. Facts. I don't know how you got that one, but you something else. But yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. Group story, you heard me? Yeah.
What's the craziest thing a groupie done to you?
Oh wow. Oh wow. Immaculate. Sensational. All right. One time, I'll never forget this one. This fucked my whole life up. One time I'm fucking this girl. I'm rocking with Shorty. I'm talking about just nice and sweet and beautiful, nice little fat ass, everything. I'm like, damn, I low key a wife this a little bit. And and we went to sleep, woke up in the morning, and I'm like, you hungry? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna get some room service. She said, make sure you get some cereal. So I'm like, all right, cool. And she was like, I don't want no milk though. I was like, oh, you probably like eating your cereal like with your hands plain. I said, okay, I feel that there. So I get a omelet, you heard me? Or whatever the fuck I had. And the room service came up there and basically basically they dropped the food off, you heard me? And she started sucking my dick. I was eating my food and she was sucking my dick. And I'm about to get come. And she opened the little box up and put the cereal in the fucking bowl. And I'm about to come. And she's like, come in the bowl, come in the bowl. And what the But I came in the bowl and she ate the cereal. I swear to God, that's what happened. Ate the cereal. I was in disgust. I kicked her right out. I kicked that bitch right out. I was in disgust. Now I'm a freaky nigga when it comes to them women knocking them down, but I ain't that fucking freaky. That was disgusting. But yeah, that was the craziest thing that ever happened to me when it came to a groupie story. Believe it or not. Disgusting. Yet, now I'm thinking about it. Look, I'm thinking about it now. Like, that was kind of cool, Chop. For me, disgusting for her, but cool for me. Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. But it was fun. It was fun. Definitely fun. Yeah.
What was her reaction when you kicked her out?
Oh no, I just hit her with the 52 fake out. I told her that it was time for us to go ahead and pack it up and wrap it up. And as soon as she left, look, as soon as she left, I turned my ass over and went to sleep. Like it never happened. And I never thought about it like that too much after that. I just was like, women are crazy. This rap shit is fun. That's how I thought about it. Just fun. It was fun to me. Believe that.
Crazy ass story, man. What happened between you and Chopper Style? Y'all had beef, right?
Um, this is a tricky one. I don't ever want to say, that me and Chopper Style had beef. I would say that it was really miscommunication, you dig, in two different worlds. And the reason why I say that is because I got my name from BG and he played a character in the movie called Baller Blocking. Back in the G, I was about, I would say like 13, and I ended up getting grazed when I was 13, and I was in the hospital. And back in the G, like remember the DVD players?
Yep, I remember them. Yep.
Yeah, I was tweaking. I'm talking about tweaking to watch this bottle blocking movie because I was such a fan of BG. You dig? And I end up my cousin brought the DVD, and he had bottle blocking. I was ecstatic. You heard me? And he played it. I was happy. I'm like, man, say, bruh, I'm about to name my name Chopper. Because I liked the character he was playing in the movie. So I was like, I'm about to be Chopper. But in the mean in between time, Chopper Style had songs out and all that. But I wasn't really, I wasn't like a fan of him. You dig? They know, the music that he made, I wasn't really like the biggest fan of him. So I never looked at it like I was taking his name. I was influenced by a totally different style of life in our world, with the Cash Money Uptown thing. So what ended up happening was I ran with that name Chopper. I ran with it the whole way. You dig? And I ended up doing my thing musically, made the band. When I started popping, the band ended up becoming really big, like really, really big. So you had no other choice but to see us, you heard me? So I guess obviously my name of me as an artist became a little bigger than him at that moment. And I guess he felt the way, and he had a hit, Chopper Style, a big ass hit, and still felt the way about little old me. You dig? And he felt the way, and BG and him, I seen a video. They was somewhere at a club, and I seen they both say they don't rock with me, and I was in my mind, I felt the way because I always looked up to Duke. I always looked up to BG. So when I seen BG say that he don't rock with me, with Chopper Style, I was like, all right, cool. So I started looking at it like, wow, idols become rivals or rivals become idols. I was like, damn, I really got love for BG. Now Chopper, I was in my mind, I wasn't tripping on that deal. But BG, when he said that, I don't know, it was a different type of spark that got me. You did, and that spark that got me made me say, I'm literally him. I'm about to become him, and that's what I focused on. And what we end up performing at the same event, and that performance, I had my whole neighborhood with me, my whole Hit 'em Hard, Uptown, Barone. We all go. I'm talking about we at least 50 deep, no cap. This was my Uncle Birdman, Uncle Chris was still alive. I'm talking about we was so deep, and we was going to do him dirty. But at the end of the day, I looked at it like it's business, and I didn't want to mess nothing up. And these people let me headline this, and Gucci was there. He was supposed to be the headliner, but this when he had the murder case. So Gucci looked around. He was like, he seen how we rode, and Gucci was like, "Nigga, you headline. I'm ready to get the fuck out of here." And he also like shout out to Gucci, but he let me headline. And he got out of there. So I headlined it. I had the whole Hit 'em Hard on stage. We cutting up. We low key wanted to smoke with Chop, but it didn't go that way. And Mad Links was instigating. Remember Mad Links when doing Rap City?
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, he'd do an interview with me and then go do the interview with Chop. Just basically instigating it, trying to start up a beef. And that's why I don't rock with dude. But what ended up happening was, um, I guess he came around my neighborhood one time and said he wanted to fight me. And I'm on toe. I'm like, fight me? Well, what ended up happening, I seen him at a club. You did. My cousin hopped out the limo, ready to punish him, and All that for nothing. And the real truth of it was all for nothing. We ain't know each other. You dig? And I ended up going across the river. That's the West Bank. And then we end up squashing it years later, though, buku years later. We end up squashing it. And once we squashed it, we realized to each other, we ain't had no beef amongst each other. It was just a misunderstanding, you dig? And I feel no way when it comes to Chopper Style. I got the utmost respect for Chopper Style. Um, Even with the situation that happened recently about his accident, that made me feel bad. You heard me? I felt bad about it because that man got a family to take care of, and I wish him a speedy recovery. You did, because one thing about New Orleans, we love each other. We show love to each other. So I never had beef with him. It was just a misunderstanding, and I hope that he, get have a speedy recovery and get back on his feet and go show the world and come with another hit. And that's how I feel about that.
Little B took your dance, right?
Oh, Lil Beef in the pack. Yeah, uh-huh. I wouldn't say he took my dance. He did an interview with what's that guy name? Cross Seas, Narwhal or somebody?
Yeah, yeah, I know who you're talking about, the white guy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So he asked him how did he come up with the cooking dance, and he told him I got it from Chopper City, and he said Chopper Style. He said no, Chopper City from the band, and he was like, how did that come about? And he said he had a video called Bring It Back. And he was like, he was doing this in the video. And he was like, I looked at it and I was like, I can do that myself. And he started doing it and he went viral. So at the end of the day, did I come with the idea of the dance? Absolutely. But the cooking dance, I'm going to gradually tip my hat off and get that to Lil B, because after that, he took me to a club, you heard me, and told the crowd that I was the reason why the cooking dance started. And I'ma always salute to somebody that give me my flowers. But yeah, I started that cooking dance. Yeah, believe that. Shout out to Lil B too.
Yeah, I ain't know that, man. I had no idea that you had that dance first.
Absolutely. And I see all the celebrities doing it and I just smile, you dig? And those that didn't know, I was like, wow, that's cool. But at the end of the day, I didn't need my flowers for it. If somebody took what I've done and done it better than me, then salute to them. You heard me? So salute to Lil B. He deserve it. Believe that.
And you and Chris Brown, you was on tour with him before he blew up, right?
Absolutely. We used to do the Russ Paul morning show too. Had a ball with him. That's my little partner. To this day, that is my dog. Shout out to Chris Brown for sure. We had some times in our life on tour. Yeah, yeah. Chris, my little dog, and like my Instagram and all that. How I had a heavy following is because he told everybody to follow me and all that. But yeah, he was a young dude. He was about, I would say at this time, he had to be about 15. He was about 15, turning 16. And this before Run It really started popping. And basically, I don't know, he took a liking to me and his mama, and I took a liking to them, you dig? And he used to just follow me everywhere. Like, cause I always was, fucking with the girls. And at this time he wasn't the Chris Brown, you dig? So his life was hot in the ass, though. I love him, but he was hot in the ass. Chris Brown wanted some pussy. So I used to get him some pussy, you dig? All facts too. He used to knock on my door. I used to be fucking the bed. He'd knock on my door and I let him come get busy on the shawty, you heard me? And I don't know, cause I lost my brother. So when I looked at Chris, I looked at him like a little brother. And that's why even to this day, he always, anytime I hit him up or contact him, he always come through for me no matter what. So shout out to Chris Brown. Whoop to that. Yeah, that's my little bro.
You used to mess around with Cat Stacks, right?
I wouldn't say I messed around with her. I would say I fucked her. We had relations. Like one night, you dig? She came to the A. I bust her down, and then I sent her home. We got drunk. We had a ball. I sent her home. I really did it out of spite. I did it because honestly, I was being a follower. Everybody else was fucking her, you heard me? So I was in my mind, like, I gotta get a piece of the pussy too. So you did. She came, I fucked her. After I fucked her, she went home. When she went home, she got on World Star and started telling everybody that I fucked her. But she also went on Media Takeout and said that I was the best dick she ever had. And all the girls after that, they started just wanting to fuck me. So, but yeah, shout out to Cat Stacks. I hope that she's doing okay in life. But I only had her for one day. It wasn't that serious.
And you was messing with some of the chicks on Love and Hip Hop, right?
A few. I would say like Masika was my road dog. You know, I always had the utmost respect for Masika, and a lot of things that people portray her as on TV, she's nowhere near like that in person. She's really a good girl, and she was always about her business, and she was always cool. And I hate that people try to portray her to be something that she's not. And so shout out to Masika because that was my little boo thing back in the G before she went to Fetty Wap. Facts. And your girl April Apple Watts, and it was, you know, before she got into her accident, you know, I know April or Apple Watts, whatever her name is, in Los Angeles. I used to live in Dominguez Hills, and I met Apple or April, whatever. Don't let me misconstrue the name. It's one of those though. I met her in the strip club, and she just took a liking to me. You dig? And I don't know. I used to fuck with her. You dig? But I got tired of her, and that was that. And then I end up later in life, I ended up seeing her on a plane, and she was going to Vegas, and I was going to Vegas, and we chopped it up on a plane. And then she was just like, "Oh, I miss you chopping." She was cool though. You know, Apple was cool, bro. And then boom, right after that, probably like a month later, I heard she got into a horrible car accident. And I'm sorry to hear that about her, bro. You know, and that's why you got to be cautious of drinking and driving. That shit ain't no joke. Car accidents are real. So salute to her, and I hope she get well and you know get herself together. You know, because it always sucks when you're in a bad situation like that, though. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. You know, I just wouldn't. So salute to her.
Yeah, I hope she bounces back, man. You met Michael Jackson, right?
Ah, that was fun. I mean, of course, we're the band, so you know we're popping at this time. And Phil Robinson actually was like, Michael Jackson want to meet y'all, and we was like, "Fucking right." So we go over to his limousine. We get inside the limousine, and he was like, "I'm a big fan of the TV show. I love you guys." But the crazy, ironic part about that is he was talking with a deep voice. He didn't sound like the Michael Jackson. Me and Fred looked at each other like, what the in our heads. But he was like, "I appreciate you guys." He was talking like that. Duh. I was like, Michael Jackson got a deep voice. I don't care what nobody say. I'm telling you something that I know. Michael Jackson got a deep, I'm talking about Barry White, son. Michael Jackson got a Barry White ass voice. But shout out to Michael Jackson and rest in peace to the king. But it was honestly, I was almost gonna cry. I can't even much lie to you. You know, meeting Michael Jackson, I was starstruck. I was very happy you heard me to meet Michael Jackson. That was one of the only person in this world that I got starstruck from is Michael Jackson. But yeah, he got a deep ass voice. Rest in peace to the king.
Yeah, that's hard for me to picture, man. Michael Jackson with a deep voice. But Diddy's son Justin, I heard he got in contact with you.
Yeah, he called me on Instagram. So I'm like, what is this? So I pick up. I'm like, what's that? He was like, man, I don't appreciate what you doing to my daddy, Brown. Well, he was talking gangster to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I had to let him know I would beat the shit out of his love. But at the end of the day, I seen Justin when he was a little boy, right? So I really ain't feel no way. I know at the end of the day he was hurt, but I had to let him know he was a little boy to me. And you are enjoying the fruits of your labor, and part of the fruits of your labor that your little sprout ass is enjoying is off the band as well. So shut up, like shut your ass up and just go some fucking well. But shout out to him though. But just shut up. That's just how I feel about that. Ain't no talking gangster to me. I don't play that shit. You dig? So I had to let him know I don't play that shit, little nigga. If you see me, I will punch you in your fucking face. You don't want that. Great. So how about this here? Mind your fucking business and don't call my Instagram. Get your ass over there, so man. Get your ass, your fake tough ass over there. Little boy. Wrong with him. Wrong with that little dude, man. For real. Little sucker. Little fucking sucker. Man, get your little duck ass over there, little boy. Playing with me. Boy, I'm 6'7". I will beat the shit out your ass talking tough to me. And recently they've been known for doing that. Yeah, trying to press niggas. Like, nigga, I'm sitting, nigga. I don't play that. I will beat the fuck out your ass. I am 6'7". I am not short, and I'm about this. I don't want to be about this. I'm trying to be peace and love now, you know, but don't make me turn this to middle finger, trigger finger, and punch you in your fucking face. I don't want to punch you in your face. I don't believe in violence. I'm older now. I like money. You got money. Enjoy your fucking life and don't come at me like You can press Chopper City. Ain't no pressing me. I ain't going. And that's all it was. I had to let him know, and he understood it quite clear. And when he understood it quite clear, he had a good fucking day. And I told him, go have a good fucking day, little boy. Get the fuck off my phone. It was Instagram, or what he called me on. But get the fuck off my Insta phone, little boy. But shout out to King Combs and them and all them. I understand, I understand that it's your daddy, and you know, I guess the dialogue interview kind of went viral, and you feel a way about that because it's Chopper, you dig? And I seen you as a child. So, I kind of feel weird even talking to him like that. But he should have felt like a duck ass nigga, but coming at me like I was gonna be with all that. I'm not with none of that. I don't go, bro. I'm about every issue in this life. I don't back down from nothing. I don't back down from no phase. I am not claiming to be no tough ass gangster killer nigga. Ain't me. I'm about money. I like beautiful women. I like elevating. You hear me? I like doing things right as a human being. I'm a man. You dig? So I'm not trying to portray nothing I'm not. I'm okay with being a young fly dude. And he should probably stay being a young sprout dude, because that's all he is. It's eating the fruits off the labor of other people's hardships anyway. So go sit your ass over there and just get the fuck over there. Next.
So the interview you gave me is what got him mad.
It was the dialogue. It's y'all, bruh. You did. It was going so. Say, bruh, I had buku, and still right now, I got buku messages from people that's just bigging me up and saying how much they appreciate me, and that was dope. But I also had people hitting me up like, "Yeah, why you doing this to Diddy?" You heard me? I'm like, doing what to Diddy? I didn't bash this man. You heard me? I'm not. I'm not bashing him. I'm keeping it real. You heard me? And the crazy part is when I had when I had a sex trafficking charge against me at that time before it got dropped, everybody was laughing and kikiing, and it was all gravy when it was happening to me. And even though I know Diddy is not a sex trafficker, and that charge is definitely gonna get dropped because he wasn't sex trafficking. But at the end of the day, I didn't call him a sex trafficker. I said he wasn't. You dig? And I don't think people really can concur that whole interview the full way and understand that Chopper City was not bashing, and I wasn't being biased. I'm not looking at this, I'm not exposing or capitalizing on this interview. You heard me on none of this. That's not my style. I'm on here because I'm finally speaking about the real me, my experience with the bad boy situation. Actually, I'm kind of taking up for Diddy. And I that sound weird coming out my mouth, but at the end of the day, I can't say that this man here is a horrible fucking person. He's just not the best fucking person. And I guess that's all of us. And I'm looking at it now like, if you can get away with taking all this money from people, would you? And I think that's how I looked at it. He gave me no other choice but to get it how I live out here. But at the end of the day, he also got me out of the slums, got me out the ghetto, you know, gave me a position to be able to take care of my family. So you're not a good dude if you can bash someone and don't give them their flowers or appreciation of what they done for you either. So I try to make sure that, you know, I make sure that I come across as what it is. It's a bittersweet situation. It's fuck 'em, and also I got love for him, and I don't care how nobody take that. But it's definitely fuck 'em. But I also got love for him. It's just how it is with me and him. You hear me? And one more thing, like, Justin, how dare you call me talking about what I'm doing to your paw when the real truth of it is you over there living great off the money that he took from us. You see what I'm saying? So that make sense, bruh. That don't make sense. He don't have the right to call me or get at me about nothing. He don't have the right to do that. Tell your paw to give me my money. He not gonna give me my money. So shut the fuck up and keep it pimping, son. I'm cool, bruh.
Speaking of Puffy, when you was on Bad Boy, you had an album coming out called New Jack City, right? And Young Jockey took your name.
Ain't that cool? But yeah, bruh. That's all facts though. I came up with an album, me and Half PR, that I was working on called New Jack City. Of course, Chopper City, New Jack City. Um, and then when the Katrina situation happened, and I didn't want to do the deal. Well, I already did the deal. I didn't want to continue to work with Bad Boy, bruh. Um, they basically was like "F me," and Puffy spitefully gave Jock my name, my album name. He did that out of spite. Puffy, Puffy Diddy never really liked me. I wasn't at Bad Boy because of Diddy, I don't think. I was at Bad Boy because of Harv Pierre. And Harv Pierre had the faith in me. Harv Pierre wanted me at Bad Boy. Harv Pierre was rooting for me, you know? So I don't think Diddy liked me at all. You did? Because I ain't take no shit. And the real reason why Diddy ain't like me at all is because when I walked in that room and seen him, you know, Kissing. You did. That's the real reason why I feel like Diddy ain't like me like that. You did. After that, he was like, man, this little nigga. If I could get rid of him, I would. So all I had to do was just like, I don't want to be down with them no more. He was like, all right, cool. Cause now he ain't got to worry about being around me and me looking at him like, you're fun boy. You did. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. But yeah, that's what I think, dude. But yeah, that's what happened though. Name Jock album, New Jock City, off of me, New Jack City, Young City. Did that out of spite to me though. Yeah, facts. The whole, and this is no offense to Jock though, because Jock a good dude. You heard me? You know, Jock was just put in a slot that I'm no longer in no more. And that's all it was. Everything they had for me, when it didn't go through, they let Jock just take that slot and they ran with it with the Jock situation. Facts. Not to say Jock ain't his own person. I'm just saying the vision for Bad Boy at Bad Boy South with our artists. Because, you know, I don't know why sometimes people think Diddy was just like shop. No, I left. You did. And you can see from the first interview you heard me, the reason of why I left. But yeah, they once I got out of that slot, they put Jock right in that slot and boom, it's going down. Yeah. So that's labels though, bruh. You're treated like an item. You're not treated like an artist or a human being. They treat you like an item. And if you don't fit the category of what they see you as, they'll move you over and put somebody that's willing to take whatever I call it beneficial bullshit. Someone that's willing to take the beneficial bullshit. If you're not willing to take that, they'll just move you over and slot someone else that's willing to take the beneficial bullshit. And that's just how I see it. That's facts though. You heard me? I was the first artist before 8 Ball, MJG, Jock, Boys in the Hood, all of them, anybody that came over there. Um, I was the first Bad Boy South artist. You dig? So I already had it in my mind that I was gonna name my album New Jack City. So that's just what we was gonna aim for. Like for instance, the Sean Dre, he did the milkshake song. That was actually my beat first. That was yep, that was gonna be my single. But when the Bad Boy situation didn't go through, I had to leave everything. Facts. So I just had the name title the whole time. I was prepared. I was ready. You dig? I was ready. But circumstantials have it, it wasn't for me. It wasn't meant for me. And that's okay. It wasn't meant for me, bro. And just ironically, how Katrina came through and did all that. I believe, my opinion, I would have been a rich puppet if Katrina never happened. It's because I would have still stayed with Bad Boy. I would have still rode it, still would have rocked. But when Katrina happened, you know, it just opened up my eyes and made me realize, buku shit that I didn't realize. I wasn't awakened until that happened to me, until I realized I was on my own, and I realized there is no Brinks trucks pulling up to my grave and no bump is in it either. Once I realized I'm out here on my own, it's just kind of been like that for me. I had to build everything from the ground by myself for myself. Cause ain't nobody coming to save me and nobody coming to spare me and ain't no mercy on Chopper City. And it's hard to not have mercy on others. But that's what makes me a different dude. I have mercy on others, even if the world don't have mercy on me.
And you personally told Puffy that she was calling your album that?
Absolutely. I told him that I want to name my album New Jack City. And we started doing campaigns for it and bulletins and everything. Everywhere. New Jack City, Young City. It was everywhere. You dig? And when it didn't happen, it was Jock that came next with it. So yeah, it was already set in stone of how it was finna go. And it just so happened it didn't go that way. Thank God. Say, bruh, I'm happy that it didn't go to where it needed to go because I would have been a rich puppet, or I would have been a broke famous nigga because that's the music industry for you. You either gonna end up becoming a rich puppet or a famous broke nigga. So I thank God that I was able to go through the circumstances in my life to become a entrepreneur in my own way and an independent, grinder, bruh. You dig? And I don't need nobody to survive. So thank God that he was able to put me in position to survive without needing anybody of being a famous broke rapper or a rich puppet. So thank God for that for me. Thank the universe. Thank God for not making me one of those guys. Because it was hard for me when I went to the Bay after Katrina to survive as a rapper, mainstream rapper. It was hard for me. Can you imagine, bruh? If none of that wouldn't have happened and me and Bad Boy would have had eyes buku years later, I wouldn't have been able to survive in life. And that's what happens to you. They sweep the red carpet from under you whenever they want to. And it leaves you no other choice of not knowing how to survive, bruh. That's why a lot of artists kill themselves from depression because they don't know how to survive. Once you get the carpet put on you and then you get the carpet swept under you, you don't know how to survive. You don't know how to take care of your family. So you go the easy way and you kill yourself. So you ain't got to deal with it. And I'm just blessed that I wasn't able to be in that situation. And it just life don't happen, to you. It happened for you. And I'm happy that it happened for me that way. Yeah, it happened to me towards I was able to re-educate, relearn myself. It did because I was living like, I was just living like the rapper chopper. And there's only a certain amount of time towards you can live as the rapper chopper towards you really gotta figure out how to make it, how to survive. And I'm blessed that I was able to learn how to make it and survive from the independent hustle in the Bay. The Bay was like my record label. Like you did, like the Bay taught me how to. Let me rephrase that. It wasn't like my record label, but it taught me how to become my own record company and learn how to survive without being on TV. Because a lot of times, to the viewers and the people, they think you're not popping if they don't see you on TV. In the Bay, you're popping because you're fucking popping. You heard me? And that's when I realized, as long as I'm doing what I need to be doing, have a great fan code, I'm always popping. Is because as long as you dropping music and you showing results and you getting better with your quality, you dig, they gonna fuck with you. Like for instance, even the last interview we did, the people and shout out to the people in the comments and all that there, they rocking with organic and real. And I was just being real. I was keeping it G. I was being real on there. You heard me? So I appreciate just being real. And that's me, bruh. I'm gonna be real with whatever I do. So even when you ask with the Sarah situations, I wanted to hold back, but I can't hold back because you can't put a man out there on that show and say that man is salty you when I just seen that man fucking buku times. I'm not gonna let you ride with that because I don't want no mercy either. You dig? So if ain't no capping what I'm talking about. I make sure that anything I say on here and what I do in life is 100. I make sure that you can't fact check me because I'm already who I am. I'm 100 with who I am. I know thyself. I'm okay with who I am, so you can't fact check me. But I had to fact check Sarah for that because that was wrong.
What made you go from Chopper City to Young City?
Um, Mind you, like I say, I named my name after B.G. You heard me on baller blocking. You heard me, and when I started getting motion, you know, I didn't want to have a conflict with someone that if it wasn't ever for them, you dig, I wouldn't even wanted to become a rapper. So out of respect, I mean, they still call me Chopper City, of course, but out of respect, I was trying to figure out how can I still implement Chopper City with my name and out of respect, differentiate from BG and his label, which was Chopper City at the time. But Diddy ended up giving me that name. Diddy said Young City. He was like, Young City, that's a better name for you. And I just put it all together and said, Chopper Young City. And it rung to me. So I stuck with it, Chopper Young City. So that's what made me change it, out of respect for BG. Actually, I feel like, And I'm happy for BG doing his thing now. But back in the G, I felt like at that time I would have been proud of a dude that looked up to me and doing his thing. But I guess everybody don't see it that way. And shout out to him though, because you know, still one of my favorite rappers for sure. You heard me?
What's the backstory behind you getting shot?
Oh, that's crazy. Gotcha. Um, well, basically, I'm living in Atlanta. You heard me, and say, bro, I was getting tired of living that rapper life. Sometimes as a rap artist, it's up and down. You dig? And when you're up, it's gravy. When you're down, it sucks. And I was getting, couple $1,000 shows. I would get like, $6,000 shows. I went from making all this money a show to $6,000, $7,000 a show. I got tired of that shit. And all my people in the A, they was scammers and trappers, and we'll go in a strip club. You heard me? The most I can blow financially and intelligently, was what, $2,000, $3,000, if that, right? And they in that bitch, you heard me, cutting up 10,000, 15,000, just cutting up. And yeah, it was all gravy because I'm around these dudes, but deep down as a man, I just like, man, I need to get some real money. And I kind of hit my people up, you dig? And I ain't gonna say his name, but everybody knows what's down with my dog and A with me. But I'm like, say, bro, you gotta front me, dog. He like, front you what, Chop? I said, say, bro, you gotta front me some weed. He like, front you some weed? I said, yeah, bro, I'm tired of living this rapper life. And to me, that's one of my biggest regrets, being ungrateful that, cause five, six, seven, $8,000 a show, that's good fucking money. You did, but at that time I wasn't looking at it that way. But anyway, I'm like, yeah, you gotta front me. He ended up fronting me. I give myself my D-boy fake life. You heard me? My trapper fake life. I ain't no goddamn D-boy. But I give it about a 6-month run. You dig? I was kind of plugged in the bay with the green. All I wanted to know is how to do it. And once he showed me how to do it when he fronted me, I started going to the bay and doing whatever I was doing. And I was pumping. I had a 6-month run. In the process of that, I had some dudes that came down from Peoria, Illinois. And this is like their second time coming to shop with me. Well, I had a certain amount, and by the time they got close to getting to the A, I kind of got off of whatever it was that I was supposed to give to them. I had probably like 4 pounds left. So I called my cousin in the A, and I'm in the A. I'm trying not to say his name, but I called my cousin, and I'm like, say, bro, I got rid of these things. I need you to front me right quick, because these boys is like 3 hours away. And he was like, I can't front you because I ain't got nothing. So he was like, you better go to Target and get some rabbit food. That's the dumbest decision I ever made. So in my mind, back in that time, I'm like, ding, I could do that. So I go to Target, and I went and got some rabbit food, and I had the 3 pounds, in like a package already. But courtesy of me having had the G mix it, I went and got a whole black bag. You heard me, and put the rabbit food in that bit, enough of that, and then I put the real weed on top of it. So by the time they came down, I made it seem like I was taking out the trash in the condo. Hopped in the car, they gave me what they gave me. They looked at the top of it, 3 pounds. You could, that's a lot when you're really trying to dig in it. So I knew I jugged them. You heard me, and yeah, shit, I jugged him. Couple hours later, he called me. He was like, why you do that, dog? And I'm like, did what? He was like, you ain't had to finesse me, nigga. I know who you are. You didn't have to finesse me. He was like, but it's cool though. I got you though. I'm like, fucking nigga. So I took the burner that I had, I drew it over the balcony. Then I went to Strokers and had bundles of joy. Me and my people, we had a ball. I had a ball that night. That was one of the funnest, dumbest nights I ever had. Knowing I jugged the nigga. You heard me? But yet I had fun. And then what ended up happening after that, ironically, a football player who's a great friend of mine, who I've known since his USC days, he ended up moving to Detroit because he went from playing for the Saints to playing with the Lions. So he moved to Detroit, and he like, don't you know buku people out here? I'm like, yeah. So he was like, say, bro, I handle your bills in the A. Come out here and rock with me. And at this time, he was dating all facts. He was dating Kim Kardashian, right? When he dating Kim Kardashian, I'm not gonna say who, because I respect people and they relationships, but I was knocking down one of her sisters. So at the end of the day, I'm out there in the Bay now. Um, I end up having a Lamborghini, you dig, and I end up taking a Lamborghini out there and I'm having fun. So I'm utilizing the Lamborghini doing buku shows, and courtesy Chopper got a Lamborghini, so I'm getting from 6 to 8, turning to like 11, 12,000 now. So I'm doing buku shows in Pontiac, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, Nova, Farmington Hills, Novi, you dig, you name it, Kalamazoo, the outskirts of Michigan to all these other Chicago's and all these other places. All right. I ended up getting a phone call. And at this time, I'm gonna be honest, at this time, I was sipping lean, I'm smoking, I'm living that life. I'm living that young rapper life, the fast life. So I'm not really, years done passed from that one incident. Because mind you, I'm in Michigan now. Because my partner who played football there, he wanted me to come rock with him. Because they didn't have people like that in Michigan. You did. He was playing for the Lions. But yeah, some over there, I'm taking shows and nah, I ain't even at my partner spot no more. I don't even got my Atlanta spot no more. I'm living in Novi, Michigan now at these condos. So basically, I'm taking all shows. So happened, I get a phone call. And these dudes, they basically was like, how much you gonna charge to come out here to Peoria, Illinois, to come do a show? And I'm like, 10,000. He's like, all right, cool. Gave me 5,000 up front and was like, I got you on the back end. Mind you, my dumb duck ass ain't paying no attention and we ain't do no contract. Like, no contract. But I wasn't thinking that way. I'm just thinking that I'm living life. I'm like, it, let's get it. I got a little Persian chick from DC, you heard me, that came and flew in. All my other partners, they got the van. So they always trailing me, you did. And I got this Lamborghini. They always trailing me. But some just so happened though, I had this little baddie with me, bro. So I was like, man, I'm not finna keep driving slow. I'm finna enjoy myself. So I told them I'll meet y'all in Peoria. And like, all right, cool. So me and Shawty, we having a ball. I'm talking about she slopping top and twerking all in the car. We having a fucking ball. And the and the promoter dude, he kept calling me every hour on an hour. Like, where you at, bro? Where you at? What exit you on? Where you at, bro? Where you at? And my dumb ass keep telling him every time, you heard me, where I was at. And just so happened, weirdly, I started seeing a car behind me. It was like a Buick, you dig? And I'll go left, it go left. I go right, it go right. I go left, left, it go left, left. I go right, right, it go right, right. I said something ain't right. And mind you, I had buku jury on and shit. You heard me? Something in my mind, Brad. And I'm like, okay, maybe these niggas trying to rob me because there's 3 people in the car. So I'm like, oh, maybe they trying to rob me. So every time I'm turning, they turning with me. So I'm like, these niggas is trailing me. They trailing me. So I looked at the girl, and I don't know, bro. I just felt like it would have been wrong of me to not let her know. And something happened that would have played on my conscience, you did. So I looked at her. Yeah, so I looked at her and was like, man, I just gotta tell her. So I said, there's a call back there that you heard me that back there following me. She started panicking. All that freaky dotty twerking, all that shit died. That shit went out the window. So now she paranoid and shaking and shit. So I said, I'm about to do the right thing. I said, the next rest stop we go to, get out the car, walk into the gas station, tell them to lock the door and call the police. It's about to be a robbery. She said, okay, 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 okay. I go to the rest stop. She get out the car and run into the store, screaming and hollering. So the dudes come pull up. Nick got out. I seen a Nick with a 9mm. You heard me? I seen a Nick like a 38. So he kept telling me, roll my window down. I'm like, no, I'm not rolling my window down. What you want, this jury? So I'm over here about to take off my jury. Like, I can get this shit again. And he said, no, Nick. No, that ain't what he said. He said, no, you bitch ass Nick. You know what you did in the A. And when he said that, my eyes just got big as the fucking, I don't know. They just started shooting. It looked like cameras was flashing. And that motherfucker started, and I started feeling hot. And then I got paused. Then I got started feeling wet. The fuck am I wet? I'm thinking I'm sweating. It was blood. And then, yeah, and I heard her screaming. So I put the car in neutral and got to it and hit the pole. Woke up in the hospital. And that's how I got shot. Finessing some niggas that didn't deserve it. You heard me? I could have I could have just told them, you heard me, that I didn't have it. That would have spelled and saved the whole fucking life of me healing up and it taking me 9 months to get my life back together. I could have spared myself, but at the end of the day, I was money hungry at the time and they didn't deserve me finessing them because they never done nothing to me. And it was all my fault of finessing these dudes. So they got their get back and I deserved it. I deserved it. Facts. Ended up seeing them later in life though, in the club, because it wasn't gonna go unpunished, you dig, or whatever happened to them. But nobody died. And that's what made me really, honestly speaking, brother, that's what really made me stop living that gangster life and trying to be somebody I'm not. After that happened to me, after I got shot, I started reading books, re-educating myself, enlightening myself. And I said, you know what? I was afraid. I ain't gonna lie. When they shot me and I woke up in the hospital, I appreciated life more. And I said, you know what, bro? I'm 100% ain't gonna do nothing to somebody that don't do me nothing. And I'm gonna treat people, you heard me, how I wanna be treated. And that's the code that I live by now. And I try to do right by people, courtesy of that situation. And that's why I'm the way I am now. So when people say, oh, he's well spoken, he's intelligent, he speaks, the way he articulates his words, that I wasn't born that way. I re-educated myself. And you dig, I started receiving intelligence. I started realizing that intelligence is the key, you know, and that's how I am now. I speak with intelligence is because I dive into knowledge of why I am the way I am now. I seek knowledge. But yeah, that's what happened to me, brother, and I deserved it. And I wanted to get that clear because everybody want to play the victim role. You heard me when things happen to them. I'm not playing the victim role. I'm accountable. I'm taking accountability of what I've done that transpired for that to happen to me. Facts. But yeah, that's how I got shot, brother.
How bad was your injuries?
Uh, in and out. I got hit in my hand and by my balls, and I got hit twice here. Once right here, once right there. So like two shots. No, nah. I got hit right here. So 1, 2, 3 in my hand. My hand got grazed. Shot on my side twice that went in and out and shot my arm right here. It was pretty severe because when I got shot, when the bullets came out of here, a piece of fragment kind of touched my shit, so I couldn't really walk good. So I had to heal up, and it took me a long time to fucking heal up. You did, because if I would have walked on it, I would have been walking with a limp. So I had to heal up, so I didn't have to walk with a limp later in life. So it wasn't the worst of the worst, but Lord knows it wasn't the best of the best. That shit sucked. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that to nobody. Bullets hurt. I don't want no bullet smoke. I don't want no bullet smoke, brother. That shit hurt.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm happy y'all made it through it, man. But I want to backtrack to Bad Boy, right? I always heard that they played y'all against each other.
I mean, yeah, they used to play mental mind games with us. They'll tell us one thing, then go tell somebody else the other thing, and then they made us start hating each other. That's all facts. And I don't know, bro. Like I felt like making the band and Bad Boy, I felt like all that shit was just boot camp hazing. Like I hated that shit, bro. You heard me? I hated every bit of that shit. I felt like they was playing too much. They had us on eggshells all fucking day and night. Like any given time we can go home. Any given time we can be fucked up, courtesy of that. You dig? And to me, it kind of ended up going that way anyway. The inevitable ended up being inevitable anyway. End up happening that way anyway. And I'm just happy that I didn't really pay attention to the mental mind games that they was doing. I was happy. I was young, so I didn't really care. I didn't give a fuck about none of that shit. I was just having a ball. I was just stunting, bro. I was having fun until I wasn't having fun. But yeah, they used to play mental mind games with each other to make us hate each other. And to them that was a drill. That was a real thrill to them. And none of that shit was not a drill because we was whooping each other ass. Yeah, we was beating the fuck out of each other. Facts.
But what was they doing to play y'all against each other?
Uh, real simple. All right. When the band came at Bad Boy, they had a group already that was popping in New York. I think they was called Hood Fellas. I think that was their name, Hood Fellas. But they made, yeah, it was Hood Fellas. They made them think that they was the next best thing. You heard me? And Bad Boy used to be like, we don't want them niggas, we finna cut them boys. And basically gave us everything and gave them nothing, and then flip it back around. And I don't know, it's just weird. Like Bad Boy was playing artists on artists to make us hate each other. Them hood style niggas used to diss us and shit on the radio and songs. I ain't much know how any of them niggas looked it. But that's the type of games Bad Boy was playing. That was like their little thing, you dig? So I don't know. I hated that shit. Yeah. I hated every bit of that shit. And that's how I knew Phil Robinson, because it was Phil that was really doing it. I can't really get at the Diddy. I gotta get at the Phil Robinson. Phil Robinson will play artists on artists. He'll tell you about one artist and oh, this nigga ain't shit. We finna cut this nigga, and then go with the nigga. So obviously you did. He's obviously telling the same thing to him about you, or in the same equivalence. That's just the type of games they was playing. Just shit. You heard me? Boy shit.
Yeah, that ain't cool, man.
Yeah, man. Nobody got time for that shit. But they used to play those type of games because they didn't look at us like artists. They looked at us like items, like we was disposable at any given moment. And obviously, that's how they treated it. Obviously, I mean, I don't even think they have respect for themselves. Look at the situation Diddy in right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Think, you heard me? Think about that now. How could you have respect for me? You don't have respect for yourself. Come on now. You did? Ain't that funny? Ain't that a kick in the head?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Great way to look at it.
It's an awesome way to look at it. And I always try to look at the best of even the worst situations. Because like I said, he still took me out the ghetto. No offense. I love Master P. I love Baby, but they ain't take me out the ghetto. Did it took me out the ghetto. So how can I sit up here and just shoot him all the way down like that? I can't do that. It gotta have some type of magnitude of appreciation. And that's why I don't shoot him down.
I respect it, man. You spoke to Beyonce years after the cheesecake situation, right?
We was at the Beyonce situation, the after effect of the cheesecake, you heard me? Um, for those that didn't know, the cheesecake walk that we did was actually for Beyonce. She wasn't there when we came back, and I dropped the cake and I ate some of that shit too. But years later, when we made the band, we doing our thing now, we at the American Music Awards, and Beyonce and the whole Destiny's Child and everybody, they sitting like a couple rows in front of us. And basically, she was like, come here, y'all. And she was just so happy to see us. And I told her, I was like, I didn't know that cheesecake was for you. And I was like, I dropped it and ate it. She said, I didn't want that cheesecake. I can't believe he did that. But shout out to Beyonce, because that's a organically genuine, beautiful soul. So shout out to Beyonce. But yeah, she was joked out about that cheesecake. She couldn't believe, you heard me, that did it really, really was serious about making us do that for her. She caught a kick out of that. Shout out to Beyonce for sure.
Do you talk to any other members of Making the Band? Like, I know you talk to the members in your group, but I'm talking about Day 26, Dunn, Aubrey O'Day.
I talked to me and Willie. Me and Willie always had a little tight little, you dig, a little tight little thing, you dig. I always respected Willie. Willie used to come to my condo. Him, I think the other little dude was like, he kind of like chunky. His name was like Mike, I think, from Day 26. Anyway, they'll come over to the condo and they'll just knock out songs for me. We did songs together and everything. We've always been tight with Willie. Willie and I seen Arby, right? Arby, right? That's her name, huh?
Yeah, Aubrey O'Day.
Yeah, I seen her in Miami. She was just cool as messy as hell. I got nothing but love for her, but cool as though, but hella messy. I ain't want no parts of that. I'll stay away from Aubrey. I be feel like Aubrey up to something. Get the fuck away from her. I don't want no smoke with Aubrey, you heard me? Mm-mm. That girl put you out there. Mm-mm, I'm cool. But yeah, shout out to Willie though.
You and Suge Knight, he made some comments to you about Big, right?
Oh wow, that's crazy. He was just basically like you did. We sometimes we, he'd get drunk and we'd kick it. And I think Suge liked the Diddy. I mean, I think Suge liked the Biggie. You dig? I just think that Biggie was just a casualty to the game. I don't think that I don't think that Suge did not like Biggie. Suge hated Puff. You heard me? He liked the Biggie, but I think Biggie was just how you say he was a casualty to the game. You dig? And I don't know. He used to be like he used to say he know pot. No, he said he know that Biggie and them ain't had nothing to do with shooting Tupac at Quad Studios for sure. Had nothing to do with that. But they still ran with it though. Facts. And I always give you heard me, Suge his props is because, for the little bit of the couple years of the times we was rocking with each other, he showed me more than what Diddy has ever showed me. So I would never, you dig, when it come to Suge, I will always give him his props. You dig, but I wouldn't say he's the best person in the world, but yet and still he was himself. He knew who he was. He didn't play no, you heard me, mind games with people. What you see is what you get with Suge. But basically, Suge liked it, Biggie. It was Puff that he hated. And basically was saying that the whole time the niggas knew, you heard me, Biggie and them ain't had nothing to do with Pac getting shot at Quad Studios. But yeah, and still niggas around with it. Facts. After Suge said that to me, it was one of them drunk nights too. You dig? And I'm driving. Ironically, I'm always in a Lamborghini or some shit. But it was Suge Lamborghini, but it was a stick one, and I can't pause. I can't drive no stick. But he was so drunk, he's like, "Nigga, drive the car," and I couldn't drive a fucking stick. But I'm on like I'm freestyling the gears and all that type of shit to get there. And the car just dragging like the whole way till he got to Avenue of the Stars. But when he said that to me, I don't know, bro. It just rubbed me the wrong way, and I just felt like in my mind, like it was. I think my time was up with kicking it with Suge, but that wasn't what threw me off. It was the Biggie being a casualty to the game and all that shit. I was just looking at it like, yeah, that was just my time. That was just my run. Like I had my run with Suge, and I was just like, yeah, I'm pretty much done with this shit. And after that, I kind of just started doing my own thing. I ended up going back to fucking New Orleans. I just got tired of it. It was fun though. I mean it. It was fun kicking it with Suge because he was more personal than me, than Diddy was, hands on. And I believe that Suge really wanted to rock with me. But Suge was just living, I always say this, that young, reckless rap star life. And I just got tired of it because that shit burns out eventually. And I just got tired of being around that shit, partying all the time, not really making no money. You dig? Being under the Suge aura, you heard me, and everybody afraid and being around him and shit. He always trying to beat a nigga up and shit. I'm on some fly shit. I ain't trying to be fighting and shit. You heard me? So I was just like, man, I can be doing my own thing. And I ain't trying to die off no, you heard me? I'm not trying to die off no other person's lifestyle. I want to die my way. And I just thought I was just living a dangerous, I was living in a dangerous era right there that I didn't belong in. I'd rather me go out my way than being a part of someone else's demise. Free Suge though.
So that turns you off when he made them big comments.
Yeah, and I think how I took that was more like, you know, I don't I think Biggie died for nothing. You hear me? And that's the truth to me. I'm older now and I'm looking at the situation as if, the shoes was on the opposite side. And I look at Pot's situation, and Lord knows I'm a big fan of Pot. And he was young. You gotta understand, they died at 25 and 24. They was just young. They was just young, bro. But I think, my opinion, I don't think Biggie did anything. I think Biggie died for nothing, which is why it was a casualty situation because he died for nothing, and that's sad. But that's what he said. So like he died for nothing, and we all know Tupac was cut. We all know, you heard me. Tupac was cutting up, so we get how that come with the territory. But I believe Biggie died for nothing, nothing. You know what the casualty to the beef is? You know, he went because he gone and had nothing really quite to do with anything. I don't think the beef was really. It wasn't about Biggie and Tupac. It was about Suge and Diddy. And Biggie died. My opinion, Biggie died for no reason because he didn't want to go to war with Pac. You did. He didn't want that. Pac was in a different world mentally, and he had people like Suge under him. And I've been under Suge. I kicked it with Suge. You dig? I slept in the same houses with this dude, and you heard me. And I'm saying at the end of the day, he has a way of even when I was around, you dig? I was like super blood. You heard me? For real. And he have an aura about him to make you feel like you're more than what you think you are, that you're actually not. You dig? And I was feeling myself crashing. I was feeling myself, letting myself go, you know, for who I am, being around him. I felt like I was being under his whatever wiggle world he had. And I just kind of got tired of it. That's all. So when I say casualty, it doesn't mean, oh, I got Biggie killed. No, it just means that Biggie died in the process of the beef. And in my opinion, I don't think he disliked Biggie. I think he liked the Biggie. I just don't think he liked the Puff. And that was part of it. Biggie and Puff was together. Biggie died. Casualty. The end.
What should the bully people make him out to be?
Suge is Suge, bro. I think that he's a big guy, bro. And to be honest with you, Suge got a good heart though. He do. Suge got a good heart, you know, but it's the stigma that they gave him. I think that, you know, they gave Suge this stigma characteristic, you heard me? So it's like he's kind of living off of the reputation that they gave him more than actually who he is. So sometimes he you know, tend to do bully things. You know, I mean, we was in IHOP one time and I don't know where the fuck we was at. We was at some restaurant and basically, you know, the nigga liked it in his watch. He, I was finna go take his watch from him. And his girl, his old lady, was crying and he was he was so afraid of Suge, he was about to take off the watch. And then Suge was like, I don't want the watch. And while his old lady crying, you dig? So that type of bully tactic, you dig? I think that whatever characteristic of how they seen Suge or title they put on him, he kind of was living through that. Kind of like Tupac with Bishop and Juice. Like to me, ever since Tupac played Bishop, you heard me, and Juice, he kind of stayed with that characteristic the whole way. It's just kind of how it was with Suge too. So whatever they perceived him as, he lived through the perception of how the people seen him. Fear. The real truth of it is, Round was really a cool dude. He wasn't really like a, he wasn't really like that, you know, but he could be like that. Like I said, in my LA days with Suge, you heard me, we used to really kick it on Avenue of the Stars, you know. So one time this dude came in there, you dig, and he was like, Suge had a Suge was we was sitting down eating brunch and the dude came over there trying to do an interview with Suge, and Suge just kind of brushed him off. So I went over to him. I'm like, what is this about, bro? And he was just like, yeah, bro, I got a website coming called World Star. And he was like, I was trying to get an interview with Suge. And he was like, but it's cool. He ain't gotta do it. He was like, you want to do an interview with me, bro? And I'm like, you know who I am? He was like, yeah, nigga, Chop. And I'm like, yeah, fucking right. And we did the interview, and come to find out, I am the first person ever, I would say ever, that landed on World Star when it first started. And we kind of kept that relationship. And so I was dropping buku videos on World Star, courtesy of the relationship of me being the person that didn't turn him down when he was, you know, on his way up. So that was super dope for Q to do that there. And he always showed me love and all the events. He always took me to the events. I was kind of like a world star artist. You heard me? That shit was crazy. And I'm really grateful for him and rest in peace to him. And my condolences, you know, to his family. But he was one of the good ones. So you know, I'm not as avid on World Star no more since his passing. But at the end of the day, it was a good run on World Star, and shout out to World Star and rest in peace to Q. You know what? Speaking of that, I'm thinking about remember Cubana Lust?
Oh yeah, I remember her. Yeah,
She used to be bad. What happened to Cubana, baby?
yeah, I see something on her like a year ago, man. It ain't looking too good for her, man.
Yeah, I seen her. I seen her on the news, bro. She looked real bad, like an addict. You heard me? I hope she get well soon, man. Cause Cubana was a baddie, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was nice, yeah.
Yes, indeed. She was a baddie, bruh. Damn, all of that is gone to waste. Ain't that cold? Yeah, all of that is. Better nigga hit it now. Ain't that cold? I used to want to fuck her for sure.
What's that one of Q joints or no?
Yeah, it was. That was this little shawty doo-wop. That was this little Boonopolis, you did? Yeah. Q was tearing her ass up for sure. He was a player about it though. He was a player about it. For sure was a player about it though. He ain't kill. He wasn't tripping on no niggas like trying to get at it though. You heard me? But I wanted the real bad, like real bad. But I knew that was his little boo. I knew she wasn't gonna give me no play in that ride. You heard me? She with the boss man, so it was all gravy though. It was shout out to Cubana. You heard me? Get well, baby girl.
Everything is in Puffy mom name, right?
I would say so. I would definitely say so, cause even with the publishing and everything, you dig? When I was trying to get my publishing from Bad Boy, bruh, it was in her name. Janice Combs, I think is her name. It was everything was in her name. So you heard me? So you really couldn't get nothing. I couldn't get nothing. And they had some fire lawyers, bro. You dig? Yeah, I would say Puff Mama really run the show, my opinion. But hey, who am I? But I know what I know. Yeah, she ran the show.
You heard the news that came out about her about how she used to host sex parties at her house when Diddy was a kid. One of Diddy's childhood friends came out in a documentary and exposed that.
like mother, like son, bruh. It be like that. I mean, say, bruh, every time I talked to her, kicked it with her, she was always a nice, sweet lady. Deep down, I was in my mind like, she cute. I'll knock her down. I'm a dog. But yeah, that's what I used to say to myself. But yeah, shout out to Miss Combs, you hear me? Believe that. Believe that.
How you feel about the people that's accusing Diddy of messing with young kids?
No, I don't believe that at all. I don't think he have to. I don't understand why the world hate him so much. I mean, he has his ways, and he done a lot of things to all of us. But the fact that people, you know, are making up things just to spitefully hate the man. I gotta be 100. Like my dog OG Chris tell me, you dig? Man, just keep it 100. You dig? And that's why I can't sugarcoat. I can't, bro. You dig? I don't think Round messing with kids. I don't think Round is a sex trafficker. I don't spiking drinks and all that there. That's some UFO X-File shit. And that could be a maybe. Cause I'm thinking about it now, like maybe he was. I don't know. But maybe he wasn't. And I can't prove that. So I can't put that low on him like that. You dig? Cause I can't prove it. But I know one thing. He was fucking over his artists. You dig? He done some shit he shouldn't have done. He been rocking. He been winning a long time, brother. He been winning a long time by doing the wrong thing to people. You dig? And this is his karma, dog. And everyone get the piece of the humble pie. This is his. I had mines. When they put the sex trafficking shit on me, I had to eat that humble pie. I did. But at the end of the day, that too shall pass. Because the truth is the truth, bruh. And if the truth will set you free. So if Diddy if Diddy did all that there, the truth will come out. He got fire lawyers. He gonna fight. I don't think. Mark my words. Maybe I'm wrong, but I ain't ever wrong. At least I try not to be. I think Diddy gonna beat most of that shit. I still think he gonna get something, but I think he gonna beat most of that shit. That's just my opinion.
Have you ever been to a Diddy freak off? If so, how was it?
All right. The freak off situation, mind you, bruh. If you are a celebrity and you partying and having fun and y'all fucking on each other, if that's called a freak off, then so be it. But I don't think Diddy was orchestrating who who, and I didn't see that. You did. I didn't see that. All I seen was people fucking each other, kissing each other, getting sucked, pussy getting ate. I seen all that. That's typical though. So I don't understand how freak offs can be a crime when everybody just gonna be fucking on each other anyway. A bunch of rich people snorting coke and fucking on each other and drunk. If that's a freak off, then I like to go back to it. I like to go back to a freak off. I ain't, I like fucking celebrity business, and that's the fun thing about the freak offs. In my time when I was there, it was like celebrities was fucking each other, like all the movie stars and all the actresses was fucking like it was nothing. They was on that powder heavy, but they was fucking. Hey, how you doing? What's down with you? Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's how I was. So I liked the freak offs. So I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but it was fun to me when I was young and I was there. It was fun to me. I was a kid in the candy store, looking at all these actresses that you grow up watching. You heard me, and these hoes sucking dick and fucking and doing powder and all types of wild foolishness. But if that's a crime, then fuck it, sign me up. I like to go for celebrity bit that you'll never get no play from if you would have met her regularly. Why not? So I haven't seen Diddy do no weird shit in the parties. It just looked like everybody was having fun. Everybody was just, having fun. I don't know. I can't sit up here and say I seen some demonic shit. And to me, I just think it's the prosecutors over exaggerating it because that's what they do best. Freak offs isn't a crime. Is it?
Nah, not at all. But I mean, if you spiking bottles and you not letting the females know, yeah, it's something wrong with that.
See, I obviously I wasn't that strategic to peep that out, but I seen a lot of powder get snort, but I ain't seen no bottles get spiked and all that there. Maybe I wasn't intelligent enough, wise enough, sharp enough to peep that out. But if that's come on, they talking about spiked baby Earl and all this shit. People just be talking to talk, bro. I don't know if that's what I seen. Maybe I was lackluster, but I seen the obvious. You can't hide the obvious. Powder getting snorted and I seen all that, but I ain't seen no spiked bottles and all that though. That's what I seen. So I didn't see no weird ass Weird Al Yakovich type shit. I didn't see that though. I was just seen it look like normal what it looked like, and I've been to a lot of them, and it all looked the same to me. So that's just what I seen, and I can't sit up here and over exaggerate something that ain't true. I won't even, as you see, I didn't even do that for Sarah. So I'm not gonna lie and make it seem like I seen more than what I seen. I know what a freak off is. That's a new word now, but I know what having fun partying mean. So if he was spiking drinks and all that there, then he deserved to be where he at. That's some demonic shit. But I just maybe it's me. But the same way, and I hate to say this here, the same way Sarah got on that got on that thing and talked down on that man, you dig, and was lying. I can just imagine it was buku other people doing the same thing. And that's just my opinion. I think a lot of them are lying on him. That's just my opinion, bro. You heard me? I think they lying. And I haven't seen no Diddy around here like the freak off master king telling people what to do and all that weird shit. I haven't seen that. I seen it look like a extravagant event and people was rich as you heard me, and they was having a ball, doing whatever they wanted to do. Not the normal typical, but actually doing what they wanted to do. And that's what I seen. So I can't say the freak offs was some weird shit. No, let me rephrase that. It was a little UFO-ish. You heard me? It was a little X-File-ish, but it wasn't not typical either. When you're
Why you say that?
because I seen that I didn't want to see with my eyes that made my eyes uncomfortable. Like watching celebrities. Sometimes some just things that was uncomfortable. When I say uncomfortable to my eyes, you know what that means. I seen uncomfortable to my eyes situations in those parties as well. But it ain't my business. But I'm not gonna. I had to rephrase. I had to rephrase that. Yeah, I seen things that was uncomfortable to my eyes that I don't condone in. So it was just uncomfortable.
Like what? You don't have to expose nobody and say nobody's name,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
what was they doing?
yeah, you can walk past, you'll see men on men, women on women, women on men, three men, one woman, I seen that type of shit too, you dig? So, and that was uncomfortable to my eyes. So if that's part of a freak off, then it's a freak off. You dig? Long as you don't get down like that, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And that's how I seen it. I don't get down like that, so I ain't got nothing to worry about. But I seen that too. I seen uncomfortable to my eyes situations for sure. That I'm not that I don't rock with. You heard me? That's all. I don't rock with it.
And when you would see these celebrities at these parties, they was cool with the environment. They was cool with everything.
Absolutely. Having a ball. Like it was 1999. So I don't know, bro. I'm talking about celebrities. I'm talking about big time celebrities. You dig? I was just young city. I was just chopper. You heard me? But to see like the juggernauts, the big dogs, you dig? The people we grew up watching, was it was kind of exciting too. It was weird, exciting, and because you can't believe that you're here. They are accepting you. But I don't really think they was accepting it. They just was fucking having fun. They didn't give a who was there. And it was kind of like a situation towards, what you see in here don't go outside. It was kind of like that, if that makes sense. Whatever happens in here stays in here because everybody got something to lose in here. So it's kind of like that too. So I guess that made people be okay and willingly able to do whatever they wanted to do in there. You heard me? Because they knew that at the end of the day, it wasn't going to come back out up there. That's why people were so eager and fun to do what they wanted to do in there. Just my opinion. Because everybody has something to lose.
How you feel about what Jay is being accused of?
I think that shit is garbage. I think that shit is whack. I don't think it's true. I think it's poo. I think it's shenanigans. And that's the thing. I think somehow, some way, the powers that be are targeting black wealthy men for some reason. It seems like something else is going on. Like all the black powerful men are getting targeted for some reason. I don't know what that's about, but I feel like I know what I feel. I feel like the black figures are getting targeted, and it's crazy to me. Um, like for instance, Vince McMahon got the same situation as these other black entrepreneur men, but his shit gets swept under the rug. But they out there blasted. The Bill Cosby's, the Jay-Z's, the Diddys. They get blasted. But what happened to Vince McMahon? Swept under the rug. How is that? How is that? How Vince McMahon's situation is swept under the rug and nobody know either what's going on no more with Vince McMahon's situation. But the Jay-Z's and the Diddys and they get bashed and blasted and exposed. Most of the times from things they didn't even do. But at the end of the day, I guess that's just how it is. We always, us black people always get the short end of the stick. And I don't mean it to sound like no racial situation, because that I'm not, but I just feel like us black people, we always get the short end of the stick. We just do, bro. We just always get the short end of the stick. I guess that's just life, I guess. But people love us and they hate us at the same time. When it's good for us, it's good for us. When it's bad, it sucks. We always get the short end of the stick. We can't do no wrong. They know how to get us out of here. Other people can do you dig buku other shit and it's swept under the rug. That lets you know that the one percenters is a motherfucker, brother. Somebody calling the shots. Somebody the proper the wealthy people are paying for propaganda. You dig? They paying for the propaganda, bro. So people know how to make it look like how they want to make you look, and they paying for it. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds about right.
So at the end of the day, I hope Diddy learn his lesson from this shit, bro, because I just feel like he's gonna be climbing up a steep hill trying to fix his reputation when he come home. A steep one. Lord knows that's gonna be a steep hill. Because it took me a long time after that happened to me, not to say I'm on that level, you heard me, of his celebrity status, but it took me a while to gradually get back in motion after that happened to me. Because I'm not gonna lie, son, people really thought that was me and how I was getting down. And that was was depressing sometimes to me of how, that was affecting my life. I got daughters, I ain't want that shit on me, bro. And I know I ain't do nothing, but they was bashing me. The same black people were bashing me more than everybody else. They were bashing me. People was happy to see me locked up. They was happy. It's fucked up, And to me, no offense, but people seem like they happy, that Diddy is locked up. Who does that? And why are you happy to see another man, you know, on a jokes? They like why are you happy about that? Ain't nothing about that nice. We lose Diddy, we lose Jay-Z, we lose these type of people. We have nothing to look up to. And that's what they want. They want us to have nobody to be influenced from. They want us to have nobody. Because every time somebody becomes somebody, they take them or they target them, and they fuck over them. So who we gonna have eventually? We gonna just take everybody from us. I don't know. And I'm not saying Diddy is an angel. I'm just saying, damn, why? How come every time something good is for black people and people come up and influence us and make us want to dream? How come every time something always happened to him? They thought Kanye was crazy. Kanye ain't crazy. He not crazy. But look how easy it was to bash him though. It was all gravy to bash him. It's just we need to learn how to love each other more, bro. We need to learn how to support each other more. We need to learn how to, man, try with each other instead of always kicking each other down. It's always, to me, it's the blacks that's doing, the worst to the blacks. And I just feel like at the end of the day, this shit gotta stop. When we gonna love each other? When this shit gonna get right? And it starts with yourself. You did. You gotta love thyself to be able to love someone else. And a lot of us are mentally fucked up, so we don't love ourselves. And that's just my opinion. We need to learn how to love ourselves. And Diddy need to learn how to love himself as well. And I believe when he get out of that situation, he gonna do the right thing. He ain't gonna give us our money back, but he gonna do the right thing. And that's all it's about. The universe have a way to unravel the way it should. And everybody get their time, good and bad, to be up and to be down. It's just how it goes. All you can do is be the best person you can be per day. You got to be the best you can be per day. That's it. That's all we can do is try to be the best we can be per day. And I appreciate you, brother, for letting me come back on here and letting the people, you dig, hear the boy roll how he roll. You heard me? That was gangster. Believe that.
All right, Chopper, man. Great interview, my guy.
Thank you, King. I appreciate you, brother. I'm happy I was able to do it with you. Just being myself, being 100, telling my truth. That's all I can do is keep it real with myself, and how they take it is how they take it. Either way, love is love. Even if it's fake love is love. Because it could be no love at all. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. So before we end the interview, man, let the people know what you got going on, yo.
All right. So my producer Diesel, he just dropped a project, and I'm on one of his singles called Lights Out, which is fucking excellent. You dig? So he got a project that just dropped, the Box Bangers. So y'all look out for that. I got buku projects already out right now on iTunes. You dig? Y'all go ahead and type in Chopper Young City and go ahead and catch up with me because I'm rolling right now. I'm always working. I'm always doing my thing. Music is my life. You dig? I'm okay with being who I am as a rapper. You heard me? I don't want to be nobody that I'm not. I'm not trying to solidify that I'm this killer gangster. None of that. You dig? I'm just a young dude that came from nothing. I'm a foster child. I've been homeless as a kid. I grew up rough, and yet and still I didn't let it define me. You heard me? I knew at the end of the day that it will be better days, and I'm just a product of, anybody can make it out and don't let they trauma define them. And I hope that when I do my interviews and y'all listen to me, I hope that you understand that I come from nothing and I'm no different than y'all. We all in the same race, and the race ain't over until we dead. We are alive. And at the end of the day, as long as we're alive, we have another chance to be great and fix things that we regret. And that's my only thing. My only regret in my life is um growing up too fast, jumping off the post too fast. I wish that sometimes I wish I should have stayed in school. I never went to a prom. I was on making a band. But yeah, man, you know, and that's why I want to raise my daughters to stay kids as long as they could, because at the end of the day, this world is so brutal and cold, but yet it's beautiful, you know. So the right environment, you know, a good heart, and keeping family and God first, and, you know, you can make it out of anything, and you can become whatever you want to become. And at the end of the day, I appreciate you. I appreciate the dialogue for rocking with Chopper Young City. I'm out the building. Till next time. Salute.